Top of the morning, Raider Nation. I'm Raider Dave. It's week 18. We got the Chiefs. Hey, nobody's going to give us a chance. We're 9-point underdogs. Some got us 9.5. Hey, let's get into this. I got a newsletter. We're going to talk about what I'm going to break down in this newsletter, how important it is for the Raiders to start beating the Chiefs, man. So let's get right into this. I hope you enjoy it. And one more quick PSA, man, for Hardcore Raider Podcast. Check that out today. Possibly about an hour from this video's dropping. We're going to probably go live on his channel and talk a little Chiefs Raiders before the game starts. So the game's going to start here in about an hour and a half. So I'll see you guys shortly. Much love. I hope you enjoy it. And let's go Raiders. All right, before I read this off, just one thing to note, Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers, they are the number one rivalry in the NFL as far as history goes. The overall number one rivalry in the NFL is the Bears and the Packers. Number two is the Chiefs and Raiders. Now, these franchises go back to the AFL. So this rivalry is deep. It's hated. These guys hate each other. We're losing to this team. I'm tired of losing to this team, and I want to make sure that this rivalry is relevant to every Raider fan. Sometimes Raider fans will express their hatred towards the Broncos, the Chargers, and all that. Yes, I do have those teams on my list as well. You know what I mean? Like, the rivalry's there between those teams. Those teams go way back. The Raiders and Broncos have a great history. The Chargers and Raiders have a great history. And controversial. You got the Holy Roller, all that stuff. But this one's blood on the field right here. This one is where, like this picture right here of Josh Jacobs, I like seeing his jersey in such shape. Grass stains. He's got frickin' dyes from the Chiefs jersey, it looks like, or red paint on his jersey from the side, from the end zones and all that, because Josh Jacobs is putting in the dirty work. And that's the last time we won in Kansas City, and there was only half this, half their fans were in the stands. So this rivalry needs to be priority. Winning the West needs to be priority. And I know I sound like a broken record, but winning the AFC West, that is the number one urgency for this franchise. So let's get into this, man. This is the GrimeCast Football Weekly. I'm going to try to get you guys these weekly as far as the offseason. You name it, man. I'm going to try to get you some content that we're not just blabbing and flapping our gums. We can put it on paper here and we can go over it. So let me know the best way. If you are interested in this newsletter, if you want to be on an email group or anything like that, so this is released, you have it ahead of time, and then we can discuss it on this platform here on YouTube and other platforms as well that will be in audio format for podcast purposes. So let's get into this. Raiders are looking to surprise. I kept it real simple, guys. This is a real bland writing right here. I did not get two out of the box. I threw this together in about less than an hour, and a lot of these are just my own research that I did. I did not go into anybody else's content or anything like that or any other articles. I've not read anything leading up to this game other than the Vegas odds. So Raiders, Jarrett Stidham will make his second NFL start Saturday. And by the way, was his first start not too impressive, right? It was pretty impressive, in my opinion. He did lose the game with that overtime interception, but hey, man, the kid played, and he came to play, and he earned confidence in the locker room. So Jarrett Stidham, he will make his second start for the Las Vegas Raiders today as the Raiders look to evaluate the quarterback position this offseason. The Raiders are 6-10, are looking to snap a 4-game losing streak to the Chiefs, 13-3, who are currently in contention for the number one seed in the AFC. The Chiefs have already secured their 7th straight AFC West title and 15th title overall, creating a 4-way tie for AFC West titles between the Chiefs, Raiders, Broncos, and Chargers. It is also important to note the Raiders haven't won the West in 20 years since 2002. I know you guys hear that from me all the time. It's important. Very important. Aside from the Raiders being unsuccessful in earning an AFC West title in some decades now, how about an answer for the Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes? And once again, guys, now you can jump on me all over this one. Nobody really has an answer for him. I don't know. The Bengals kind of found an answer. They kind of got a 3-game winning streak against this team. I'll just sneak that one in there. But the Bengals did find an answer so far. They beat this team 3 times, one being a playoff game to advance to the Super Bowl to a certain degree, if you however you want to look at that. So anyway, Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are the primary reason the Chiefs get up for Raider games. You just got to look at these stats I'm about to show you, man. They have put together 5 straight seasons of dominance. In 9 games versus the Silver and Black, Mahomes has compiled 26 touchdown passes, including 2 rushing scores. Let me just add, that's 28 TDs through 9 games. That's like a half a game more than a half a season. That's like we'll just look at it an 8-game season, basically 8.5, or however you want to look at it. You can look at this thing so many different ways. Let me repeat that just to get it really, like, we got to let this sink in. Patrick Mahomes has 28 touchdowns in 9 games versus the Raiders. I don't even think Derek Carr's best season was, 32 touchdowns in a 16-game or 15-game slate. That was the year that he broke his ankle or lower leg. So, I mean, like, Derek Carr, his best season was 32 touchdowns in 16 games. I mean, and then he had the 30 touchdown season, I think, in 2015. I could be wrong, but he was getting close there, like 28 touchdowns here and there. All I'm saying is this guy's done this against us, and I know our defense is atrocious. This guy's done this against us. Like basically he's on basically in 18 games. We just have to look at it like this. In 18 games, we're looking at this guy throwing 56 touchdowns, if not scoring a total combined rushing and passing 56 touchdowns combined in another 9 games. That's what we have to look at it as. So we got to stop the bleeding here, man. We got to get a tourniquet on this bleeding misery that we have been living through. We really got to stop this. So basically Mahomes is sporting an 8-1 record versus the team. Now, we'll get into a little bit more. But the Raiders, they have had some chances in a few of those games, but in all, the Chiefs are dominating in every stat category, and most importantly, they are winning these games. One also must be reminded that this young QB has already won a Super Bowl. True, man. This guy competes every year in the AFC Championship, and he's already won a Super Bowl, and he's lost a Super Bowl, man. So, but he's getting back up as much as these tough losses are on Mahomes. I mean, think about that. You're losing an AFC champ. That's a tough way to go into an offseason. He's got to prepare and do that all over again, man. So these guys are playing to win. And I want to match these guys. I want to beat these guys. And sorry, I got a little off cue here. So let's see here. So basically, it's not a fluke is what I'm saying here. You know, he gets his team every year deep in the playoffs. It's not a fluke, as some wanted to believe when Mahomes hit the scene. Some were just like, oh, he ain't going to last long. He's taking hits. He's doing this, blah, blah, blah. The guy wants to play football. So what is the solution, Raider Nation? What's the solution, Raider fans? My fellow Raider fans, what is the solution? Seriously, is it defense? Is it a coach? Is it a new QB? Wait, pause, hold on. I think we have enough data. Before I get into the next paragraph, I think we have enough data out there to show what it takes to win football games and who makes you look good. Who makes you look good if you're a good coach, if you're just a decent coach? The quarterback always makes you look good. So you got to find the right quarterback. So I'm going to call out some heads here. Now breathe. Hey there, Kardashian. Breathe. Just take a deep breath. Pause. Breathe. Sorry about that. Fantasy football last week. But anyway, take a breath. It's okay. I'm speaking to you. It is very important that we get to the ultimate solution for winning football games, especially winning in Raider football games. Man, I want to win. Just win, baby. Whatever happened to that slogan? Just win, baby. Quarterbacks win football games. That's the facts. Last week, we had the opportunity to see a new quarterback under center, and we could clearly see an offense that was re-energized and playing to win. We view Mahomes as a winner, 8-1 versus the Raiders. That says it all, right? Yet some want to argue Carr-worthy as 1-8 versus Mahomes, or we can go this route. Carr is 3-14 overall versus the Chiefs. The most recent win they had in Kansas City, there were only 40% Chiefs fans. I did bring that up. That was an eerie year of 2020. What a weird one. But anyway, so let's get into this game, the top story in the game, and that is the huge opportunity for Jarrett Stidham. Man. It's a big game for him, man. This is a big game for him to put his foot down as, hey, we don't know what the Raiders are going to do with the quarterback position in the offseason, but we want Stidham. We want Stidham, dude, to put up a good competition and to whoever's going to get this starting role come 2023, we want to see this guy earn it, whoever it may be. So I look forward to watching Jarrett Stidham today operate in the offense, see how he can hang with Patrick Mahomes. So forecasting the future, imagine if Jarrett Stidham shocks the Chiefs today with a 3 TD, 300-yard game and getting a win. Even though we do know they will look into free agency and the draft for a new franchise quarterback, that would be a great way to head into the offseason to evaluate the quarterback position. Stidham is in his 4th year and put up quite a game in his matchup versus the 49ers, who are one of the top defenses in the NFL. He had Nick Bosa after him every time he dropped back. Stidham played with poise. He also demonstrated his understanding of the system. Winning today's game versus the Chiefs at home and closing out the season with a win, more so against that team. I'm going to say it like that. That team. We got to beat that team right there. That team that's coming into our building today. It would give the team some confidence to build off of from a coaching standpoint for McDaniels in taking one from Andy Reid and forcing a possible road matchup for the Chiefs at some point in the playoffs. I brought that up earlier. Of course, I had a lot of this premeditated because this is what I wrote. But we want to pose a problem. You want Josh McDaniels to stick a thorn in Andy Reid's side and just kind of throw them off their gears a little bit and get these guys kind of looking over their shoulder like, hey, we might have to be worried about the Raiders. Because they did feel that way when Gruden and them, even though we did win that game with 40% Chiefs fans in the stands, there was really nobody. They didn't have that crowd effect that they usually rely on in Arrowhead Stadium. But that victory did bug Andy Reid. They answered back. They've answered back with a 4-game winning streak against us, and we've played in some close games with them, but they are getting the edge. They've blown us out in 2 of those games. 2 of those 4 games we got blown out. 2 were close calls down to the wire in the fourth quarter. So the Raiders got to fix this, and McDaniels has an opportunity today, once again, like I said, to be a thorn in Andy Reid's side, and that's what we want going forward. And this is what is big for the fans and the players, everybody together in this one, because they can snap a 4-game losing streak, and this goes into the offseason as a positive. And it just starts a new trend in making damn sure we beat this team twice a year. That should be the focus point. Get that win. Hey, remember when the Raiders shifted in the year 2000 and we ended up playing Baltimore in the championship game? Well, the year before that, we were 8-8. Well, that last game of the season, we beat the Chiefs in Kansas City. I believe it was in Kansas City. We beat the Chiefs, and then that carried over into our offseason. And we built off of that and won 3 straight AFC West titles and ended up losing in the Super Bowl when it was all said and done. But if we can get back to that, it's a big difference being 6-10 or 10-6 versus a 13-3 team. There's just a big difference. I mean, it looks bad that we're 6-10. We're not playing for the West, period. So this needs to change this offseason. We can start this today. So with that said, I will remain adamant on winning a division title. This is crucial. And I'm going to close out the entire paragraph here. If McDaniels and Stidham are victorious in today's matchup, buckle up for this offseason's quarterback debate. This discussion is in position with cars benching already. There is going to be rapid fire of views and emotions from so many frustrated fans all the way through training camp. Be ready for that. You already know it's coming. However, this time, the debate will be more productive, hopefully less than emotional. And yes, I've been waiting for this. Yes, man, we just got to let go of these emotions. If you love a player, cool, man. You can be a fan of a player. That's cool, man. But we get a full 60 minutes of football to finish off this season, Week 18. Here we are. So I'm going to get into my game prediction here, man. And Caesars Sportsbook's typically where I go, so I'm going to go with their numbers. They got the Chiefs favored by 9. The over-under in this one is 52 points. I think I'm going to take the over on this one because I think the Raiders, man, they're going to do what they did last week against the Niners. They're going to be a high-powered offense. I think that playbook's going to be more open. And I think Jarrett Stidham, the way he moved around the pockets, man, I think he's going to be able to make some plays against this Chiefs defense. I'm really interested to see how these two quarterbacks duel because I think it's going to be an offensive shootout. And, man, that's what I'm looking for. Or at least hopefully our defense steps up today. But I got the Raiders winning this one in overtime, 34-31 against the Chiefs. And I'm just going to say the Raiders get that game-winning field goal in overtime to win this one. And we start off the 2023 offseason, heading into free agency, heading into the draft, on a positive note, beating the Kansas City Chiefs and possibly forcing them to play on the road in the playoffs. Hope you enjoyed this one. I'm Raider Dave. This is the Grimey blog spot right here at GrimeCast Media. We're going to start doing weekly newsletters, so I hope you enjoy these, man. It's just something just for the inbox for you to read. Very simple. I worked real hard on trying to just get the font, man. I hope this is the type of font that you like to read. I like things spaced out. I hate looking at my phone and reading shit on my phone, so I just figured this would be a good one. Just let me know if this format works good for you, because these are the types of things that I'm going to try to clean up this year. We're going to try to get this channel back on its feet, man. So much love, Raider Nation. Let's go Raiders. I'm Raider Dave. I'm out. Peace.